Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a quick look outside our weather window on this Monday, and really not a bad way to start our work week. Beautiful shot from our Bear Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera up around Lake Chelan, and what a day to be out on the lake. A little bit breezy, and as you can see from this afternoon shot, it was a little bit cloudy. Clouds rolled in mid to late afternoon, but all in all, it was a pretty seasonal day around north central Washington. And as we take a look at the week ahead, boy, it's going to get nice, and it's going to get a little bit warmer each day as well. By the time we get into Tuesday, we're going to see partly cloudy skies. Temperatures tomorrow in the mid to upper 60s. Wednesday will be all over 70 degrees, maybe lower 70s, and then possibly climbing into the 80s, lower 80s as we get into Thursday, cooling back to about 75 on Friday. And we'll have all those weather details coming up for you a little bit later on. And now here are a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The Ephrata United Methodist Church suffered heavy damage Sunday morning when a candle that was left burning sparked a structure fire. And police say their investigation into an officer-involved shooting in Riverside has been turned over to the Okanogan County prosecutor. But first, our top story tonight. A Bellevue man is dead after a bouldering accident Friday night at a popular climbing spot outside Leavenworth. 27-year-old Jared Friz was pronounced dead at the scene. He'd been climbing Bruce's Boulder, a rock wall along Icicle Road. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris said some of the anchors that Friz had been set on his climb gave way and he fell about 30 feet. Friz was described as an experienced climber, originally hailing from Denton, Texas. The United Ephrata Methodist Church suffered heavy damage Sunday morning when a candle that was left burning sparked a structure fire. Firefighters said the fire spread from a candle in the bathroom into a church office and the attic. The northern office wing was extensively damaged by fire, while the sanctuary was affected by heat, smoke, and water. It took about 2 hours and 6 fire agencies to bring the blaze under control after it was reported about 8:40 a.m. No one was injured. Police say their investigation into an officer-involved shooting in Riverside has been turned over to the Okanogan County prosecutor. 39-year-old Ryan Eugene Bass died by police gunfire in a shootout back in March 2020. Investigators say Bass stepped from his vehicle in downtown Riverside and began shooting when Okanogan deputies approached him with an arrest warrant. The deputies then returned fire. The North Central Washington Special Investigation Unit says it's completed its review of the case and referred the matter to prosecutors on Friday. Well, coming up next, the investigation continues into the bones of a Native American found on March 19th at a major Lake Chelan residential development. A COVID-19 exposure among students in the Lake Chelan School District may send many students back to remote learning. While COVID-19 remains a threat for Wenatchee and the Valley, the city is no longer considering it an emergency. And by a single vote, the Washington Senate agreed on Sunday to create a capital gains tax that would affect the state's biggest earners. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
As our students return to learn, the need is great for all positions in the Wenatchee School District. Can you see yourself in these hallways? Or helping support students? Maybe you're an excellent office administrator or educator, or you have a love of sports. The Wenatchee School District is now hiring all levels of positions. You can make the difference in the life of a student and in your own life. Apply now at wenatcheeschools.org.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Welcome back. In another news, the investigation continues into the bones of a Native American found March 19th in a major Lake Chelan residential development. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris says the skeletal remains discovered at the lookout at Lake Chelan so far appear to be from one individual. Researchers with the Washington Department of Archaeology and Historic Preservation are awaiting permits to do more extensive digging in the area where the first bones were uncovered by an excavator. Harris says the state anthropologist must finalize the investigation before the bones can be repatriated to the Colville Confederated Tribes for burial. The entire process could take up to 1 month. A COVID-19 exposure among students in the Lake Chelan School District has sent many students back to remote learning. A fifth grader at Morgan Owings Elementary School tested positive for coronavirus last Tuesday, and contact tracing determined that the student's entire cohort may have been exposed. District officials say they've sent the morning cohort back to remote instruction until a quarantine period is passed. 3 Chelan High School students also tested positive, but apparently did not expose anyone on campus. Those 3 will also remain at home during quarantine. While COVID-19 remains a threat for Wenatchee and the Valley, the city is no longer considering it an emergency. The Wenatchee City Council voted unanimously Thursday at the request of Mayor Frank Kuntz to revoke emergency orders he put in place in March 2020 at the very beginning of the pandemic. The city says it now has the tools in place, including masking and social distancing, to manage the spread of the disease in its buildings and public spaces.
The last year we have, or the mayor has, done a couple of different actions, which we then ratify through the city council afterwards, and that allows us to be able to do things a little bit quicker during the emergency. The emergency is not over, but we think that at this point we have the tools that we need to be able to continue city services as normal or as expeditiously as possible, and that we no longer need that additional quicker authority.
Yeah, we are about as normal as we can be, other than wearing masks. We're open for business. Both shops are open for business. So other than wearing masks and trying to stay socially distanced and doing the things that, folks can get vaccinated on city time if they need to and all that stuff. So I think we've done all we can, and I think we're in phase 3. I'm assuming we're going to stay here for a while, but it sort of feels like the things that would require the mayor to make emergency decisions are behind us.
By a single vote, the Washington Senate agreed yesterday to create a capital gains tax that would affect the state's biggest earners. It places a tax on stocks and bond sales valued at over $250,000. The vote on final passage in the Democratic-controlled chamber was 25 to 24. The capital gains measure was opposed by Republicans, including 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins, who said it amounts to an income tax and would be unconstitutional under state law.
It did pass by one vote in the Senate on the final day of session. It's not a reform. It's definitely not an emergency. It was an obvious attempt to avoid a referendum and circumvent statewide voters. Once the law is put in place, if the state Supreme Court upholds it, I predict it will be adjusted over time, the thresholds will be reduced, and the exemptions will be eliminated to the point where this becomes an income tax on all of us.
The legislature also passed the state's operating budget, which would spend $59 billion over the next 2 years before adjourning the session. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, the State Department of Natural Resources now has funding approval to hire 100 more firefighters, restore vulnerable forests, and replace its aging helicopter fleet. But in a Q&A on Friday, Public Lands Commissioner Jared Friz and State Forester George Giesler said Washington has already experienced 214 wildfires this year, and it's not even summer. About 70% of those fires occurred east of the Cascades.
Last year we know was a real tough year. We had around 160 fires last year in all of April, and we're not even through all of the month of April. So unfortunately, we are predicting that this fire season coming up is going to be a tough one. And the resources that we get from the legislature aren't going to be coming in soon enough to be able to help us. And we're asking each and every one of you to help us keep Washington State safe, help us and our firefighters keep you and your families safe. For those who are in more wildland urban interface, please look around your home and create that defensible space, 10 feet from trees, and clean out your gutters. And there's a lot of work that you can be doing right now to help keep you and your family and your neighbors and our firefighters safe this fire season.
What we're seeing with climate change has really shown that we are having more and more fires. They're starting easier. They're carrying through the fuels much easier than they have been in the past. And so we have to increase the awareness of anyone who lives, works, or visits our forested areas or any of our open landscapes really across the state. You have to take that extra care.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you all had a great weekend. Weather-wise, I guess it wasn't so great. Temperatures only in the upper 50s. Clouds and a little bit of rain on Saturday. A little bit better yesterday, but we saw some breezy conditions as we did today, and the clouds really rolled in this afternoon. This was a shot from our Bear Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera looking down at beautiful Lake Chelan, and you can see those mid and high level, even some low level clouds moved in today. But what a great shot of beautiful Lake Chelan. Still wouldn't have been a bad day to head up that way. As we take a look at our almanac, today's unofficial high temperature, really not too bad. 67 degrees. We were about 62 yesterday. So that warming trend, expect that to continue throughout the week. 65 is our normal high now for this time of year. 41 was our low this morning. 43 normal. 82 our record high set back in 2005. And 32 is our record low set in 1970. We picked up 200. That's it. 200ths of an inch of rain at Pangbourne on Saturday. Meanwhile, Moses Lake picked up a little over 3/10 of an inch of rain. And Omak, you were exactly at 1/4 of an inch. So we kind of got left out here in the Wenatchee area. Sunrise this morning, 5:52, and the sun will set tonight. Now it's at 8:06. Take a look at how your Tuesday is going to shape up. And as I mentioned earlier, expect about 3 degrees, maybe 4-degree warm up each day as we make our way all the way to Thursday. Tomorrow, no exception, about 70 for Ephrata and Moses Lake, 69 in Quincy and Wenatchee, and then a lot of 68s all the way up Highway 97. Beautiful day at Lake Chelan tomorrow with a high also of 68 degrees. Tonight, we can expect mostly clear skies. We'll still see a little bit of a west breeze out there, 5 to 15 miles an hour. Here's our ridge of high pressure. It's anchored off the Pacific coast, and that will stay in place at least over the next 3 or 4 days. By tomorrow, increasing clouds. We will see a little bit of a dip in our high pressure ridge as a weak storm system moves through. That'll kick up those northwest breezes a bit tomorrow, but we are going to see a bit warmer temperatures too, with highs tomorrow, as we showed you, in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Here's our ridge still in place, but some clouds moving through that ridge. But we're talking temperatures in the 70s, maybe around 80 in the Tri-Cities on Wednesday. Thursday will be our warmest day. Look at this. Mostly sunny skies, much warmer, mid-80s Tri-Cities. We're going to see temperatures right around that 80-degree mark on Thursday. It's going to stay nice and mild, too, on Friday. Slightly cooler, and then a little bit of a system will move through. This is Friday during the day, but as we get a little bit farther into the day, maybe a chance for a sprinkle or two for us. It's going to be a quick mover, and by the time we get into Saturday, we're going to be back to mostly sunny skies. It will still be a little bit cooler. We're going to continue that cool down into Sunday, but it's still going to be awful mild out there with highs Saturday around 70. And as we get you to the end of the forecast on Sunday, we can expect sunny skies, a little bit of cloudiness along the Cascades as our ridge still gets buckled back into the Cascades. High temperatures on Sunday for us, mainly in the upper 60s. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast. Tonight, 42 degrees, 69, a little bit warmer tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies. Cloudy, mostly cloudy on Wednesday and 72. Look at this Thursday. Partly cloudy with highs around 80. Maybe a late night sprinkle on Friday, but still nice during the day and 76. On Saturday, mostly sunny and 71. And then pretty much back to normal as we get into Sunday with sunny skies and high temperatures right around 69. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Join us for the NCW Library Show. We've got something for everyone. Our show is full of inspiration, learning, and fun. Check out our do-it-yourself STEM activities. Enjoy story time with Miss Claire. Get moving with an easy yoga flow with Miss Melissa. Get book recommendations from our NCW librarians, and much more. Tune in each week for a new episode. Also, find us online at ncwlibraries.org and follow us on Facebook for the latest library news and programs. Be kind and read on.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Monday to you. The Mariners split the 4-game series with Boston over the weekend, falling on Sunday by a final of 5-3. Nick Margavicic couldn't get out of the first inning, walking 4 batters. He gave up 4 runs on 2 hits. Seattle manager Scott Service says they're actually concerned about there being something wrong with Marge's shoulder.
Marge just didn't have a whole lot, and just an update on him. He after getting looked at a doctor here, there's some shoulder fatigue going on, and he's going to get an MRI, over in Houston tomorrow. So he certainly didn't have it right out of the chute. Kind of put us behind the 8 ball there. I say all that, and I thought our bullpen again did an unbelievable job today. LJ Newsome to go out there and give us 4 scoreless innings like he did. Obviously he gave us a chance to come back in the ball game, but even more importantly than that, what it sets us up to do here going forward, because we didn't have to run through every guy in our bullpen today. So LJ, player of the game for me, and don't have any players of the game and lose the game, but really key there today. So concerned about Marge, just not coming out right, and just didn't have it today, and no command of his fastball at all. I can't say enough for the job that he did, and knowing they only had 1 day off. He just keeps pitching. And, I thought the velo was very good the first couple innings. He started to tail off after that, but he keeps making pitches. And we made some really good defensive plays behind him as well. So, the effort today by our whole club, certainly would have liked to score a few more runs. We left a couple guys out there on base, a couple doubles with nobody out, and weren't able to move those guys across. But, the effort our guys gave today after kind of really dragging through the first couple innings says a lot for our group. So again, would have liked to get off to a better start today. It didn't happen. Our guys hung in there, and we'll move on to the next series.
Mitch Haniger continues to do well at the plate. He was 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Seattle now is in Houston to begin a 4-game series. Justice Sheffield facing Jose Urquidy today in Houston. Well, Seattle finds itself a game out of first place in the American League West after the weekend. On Sunday, Maikel Franco homered to open the floodgates for Baltimore in a 5-run 8th inning to beat Oakland 8-1. Shohei Ohtani broke a 2-all tie with a solo home run in the 8th, and Los Angeles added an insurance run on the 9th. Angels beat Houston 4-2. Chicago scored 8 runs in the first 3 frames and made it hold up as the White Sox dumped the Rangers 8-4. Well, we featured some baseball Saturday here on the NCW Life channel as Eastmont took on Wenatchee in a doubleheader. Games had to be moved to Recreation Park because of rain in the forecast. The Panthers won the opener in a back-and-forth contest, coming up with 2 runs in the top of the 7th and hanging on for the 9-8 win. Joel Norman had the call here on the NCW Life channel.
Tyler Skyleman scoring the game-winning run on a day where he's reached base on all. As it's a ball in the dirt, he's going to head over to third. The ball gets away. It goes into left field. Skyleman stumbles, gets around, and he will score easily. Big pitch coming from Tyler Skyleman. He deals. Here's a ground ball hit toward Joe Skyleman. Takes his time, flips to first, and Wenatchee just barely hangs on. They pick up the 9-8 win. Eastmont loaded the bases up in the bottom of the 7th, but could not get the win. What a ball game.
Tyler Skyleman finished 3 for 3 with a double, 2 runs and an RBI for Wenatchee in the win. Jack Covenant was 3 for 4 with a couple runs and an RBI. And Isaac England, 3 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs. Well, Game 2 was a different story as they played on despite a steady rain falling at Rec Park. The Wildcats' Hunter Rule made sure his team would rein in the Panthers with a 3-run bomb.
Look toward Cashmere. Oh, this is shelled deep to right field and gone. A 3-run bomb for Hunter Rule. That tells you all you need to know.
To celebrate.
And they should celebrate. That was a bomb by Rule off the bat. A 3-run shot, part of a 4-run frame so far. No outs in this spot of the 3rd inning.
Eastmont would go on for an 8-3 win as Rule finished 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. Elijah Smiley also helped out 2 for 3 with 2 runs for the Wildcats. Cooper Richards struck out 10 over 6 innings to earn the victory. Taking a look at the rest of our prep baseball scoreboard, Okanagan swept Elmira Cooley Heartline Friday 10-5 and 5-3. Cashmere took 2 from Omak by the same scores, 18-1 on both ends. Ephrata shut down Cascade 13-4 and 19-0, and Tonasket took 2 from Lake Roosevelt 13-3 and 16-6. On Saturday, Moses Lake swept a pair from Brewster 13-5 and 5-3. Chelan took care of Quincy 12-1 and 19-0. Waterville Mansfield got by Pateros in a single game 13-10. On the fast pitch Diamonds Friday, Omak swept Cascade 11-1 and 9-zip. Tonasket over Lake Roosevelt. Well, actually, they split. The Tigers winning the opener 5-2. Raiders won the nightcap 9-7. On Saturday, Wenatchee dropped 2 at Warden 14-6 and 13-0. Ephrata swept Moses Lake 7-5 and 9-8. Cashmere dominated Quincy 10-0 and 16-2. Manson split a doubleheader with Eastmont's JV, winning the opener 17-2, but dropping the nightcap 12-1. Brewster swept Orville 19-4 and 16-5. We had 8 boys soccer scores to pass along. First on Friday, Cascade doubled up Brewster 4-2. Wenatchee rolled over Royal 5-1. Saturday, Eastmont won at Walook 2-1. Quincy shut out Chelan 5-0. Okanagan got by Orville 4-2. Bridgeport beat Tonasket 3-1. Manson blanked Ephrata 1-0, and Moses Lake edged Cashmere by a final of 2-1. Speaking of Cashmere, just a reminder that we'll have the Bulldogs and Eastmont Wildcats in boys soccer tomorrow night live on the NCWLIFE channel. Sebastian Moraga and Neil Oyston will have the call. The pregame begins at 6:50 at Wildcat Stadium here on the NCWLIFE channel. Finally, here's a quick recap of the weekend for Wenatchee Valley College sports. Knight's men's basketball team edged Yakima Valley Friday 96-94. North Idaho edged the men's soccer team Saturday 2-1. And in women's softball Sunday, Walla Walla swept a doubleheader against the Lady Knights 10-9 and 8-6. Volleyball and women's basketball that were scheduled for tomorrow have been canceled. Men's basketball team will travel to Walla Walla for a game tomorrow night at 7:30. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Join me for a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It occurred to me earlier in the day that we should be in Apple Blossom right about now. We should have had the Kai's Fiber Youth Parade on Saturday. We would be looking forward to the Smoke Growers Grand Parade this weekend. It's okay. We're still going to have a festival. Just going to be later on in June. Well, it is what it is. As long as we get our festival, I'm happy. We'll have your weather forecast, news, sports, and everything you need to start your Tuesday. I invite you to join me tomorrow morning live and local at 7 a.m. for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide Pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.